88. For tonight, mild with rain, low 58. Clouds giving way to sun tomorrow, high 67 to 71. Saturday, sunshine, high 69 to 73. Sunday and Monday, nice with clouds and sun. High Sunday, 77 to 80. High Monday, 73 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Ryan Day.
Good morning. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome to AM Ocala Live on WOCA. And now, here's your morning host, Adam Micklin.
Good morning, everybody out there. Happy Friday. Ooh, you're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. We're also streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's Friday's getting off to an okay start. I hope everybody slept well through the storm that transpired through the night last night. Wow, we still got some wind. My goodness. What a crazy little bit of weather we had there yesterday with all the wind picking up, and then as it came in, it's almost as if the weather in itself just kind of dragged its butt for that last little bit as that front was coming to Ocala as I watched it about 10:30 last night. My goodness. And then when it finally came through, I don't even know how much rain we got, but I think we got some, which is good. A little bit of thunderstorm action, a little bit of thunder and lightning. Some people had lost power. I know some people I talked to this morning lost power for almost 6 hours. Where I was at, I didn't lose any power, but man, it was feeling like trees around us were going to snap. It was actually the first night that, with the storm as loud as it was and the wind howling, it actually scared my little boy. He actually had to come and sleep in our room for a little bit before the storm passed, just to get him comfortable so he could sleep through the night. But for those out there, happy Friday, end of the work week. Big storm last night. That's what we're talking about a little bit today, which will open up the phone lines right away if you want to talk on this last day of the full week of February. 622-9622. Give us a call and tell us about what happened with the weather near where you were at. Yeah, we had quite a bit of weather. It is the weekend. Thank goodness. Thank God it's Friday. The winds are supposed to carry on a little bit through most of the day today, still with a possibility for a chance of some rain and showers, and then hopefully clear out, and tomorrow looks great. The low for tonight looks pretty chilly as these winds had continued to bring in some of that northerly air, and we're looking at temperatures darn near in the upper 30s, lower 40s for tonight. Although I think by tonight, by the time the sun sets, all the chance of rain and stuff should be moved on out. Let's hope so. My goodness. I don't know if we lost power here at the station last night, but everything was running kind of sluggish this morning. It was a lot of work to get things rolling here this morning, as computers were dragging and all kinds of interesting stuff, just to make everything have to work just a little bit harder, just for the last day here, just for the last day before the weekend. But hello, everybody. You're listening to AM Ocala Live. Your host, Adam, live on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Got a pretty good show for you, lined up to finish out the week. We're going to be pretty much taking callers this morning if you guys want to chat it up till the 8 o'clock hour. And I'll be bringing out some topics, potpourri topics to talk about. At 8:05, we'll be talking with Galen, Life South Community Blood Centers. We'll be talking to him a little bit, anxious to hear how the weather was for him and where he was at, if he had any downed trees or had any power outages. Then at 8:35, we'll have News Bits till 9. 9:05, Martin Suter will be in the studio from Homeland Optical Technology of Ocala Palms. We'll be talking to him about the latest and greatest technology stuff that we've heard from about a week ago. And then at 9:35 to 10:30, we're going to do. Now, last week we were broadcasting we did a live remote with Joe from the Veterans Stand Down. We kind of worked that in to give everybody an opportunity to hear what was going on for our Vets Helping Vets. And with that being said, we kind of knocked the timing out for Trader's Paradise, but we're going to give it a full hour today for Trader's Paradise. And that comes up at 9:30 to 10:30. If there's something you'd like to sell, give us a call. Give us a call, 622-9622, when we do Trader's Paradise, to let us know what it is you'd like to sell and for how much, and we can let the public know and hopefully get that sold for you. 10:35 to 11, we're going to close the show out like we do every Friday with OM Radio, Ocala Magazine, with Philip Glassman and Benjamin Bowe, with the managing editor and the publisher for Ocala Magazine. And we'll see what guests they have in the studio for us today. But that'll be finishing up our show there from 10:30 to 11. So we're going to take a short little break here, and then we're going to come back. We're going to have the phone lines open, 622-9622. Give us a call. Tell us how the weather was for you guys last night. Let's hear it. Anybody still with like rain in their front yard, or a little bit of flooding or anything like that, or down trees and power lines? Let us know. Let us know how everything went. Hopefully everybody is okay and there was no huge amount of damage or anything like that. So that way everybody can enjoy the weekend, as the weather will move out and be a nice weekend with a lot going on within the community this weekend. And with that being said, we've got a lot to mention for what is going on this weekend. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source, WOCA Ocala. We'll be back after this.
Justice League Estate Sales. With great customer service in a time of need, liquidating a home and vehicle is hard enough. Let the Justice League Estate Sales family-owned team help. They have highly trained appraisers available to work with you. The Justice League Estate Sales name was inspired by a boy named Justice and the Autism Awareness Organization. Please visit www.justiceleagueestatesales.com for upcoming sales. And tune in every Tuesday at 10:35 a.m. on WOCA and learn how the team can help you.
You just have to say it's a happy day. The old ticker hasn't been clicking and your kicker hasn't been kicking, but the hospital you can now leave. To rehab you can now cleave. The folks at Palm Garden you got to meet. You can tell their services cannot be beat. Working with nursing and therapy all day, you're gonna get better the Palm Garden way. Find out what the Palm Garden way means to you by taking a tour. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
After a cloudy start, sunshine returns today, high 67 to 72. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, low 43. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunshine and pleasant, high tomorrow 69 to 73, high Sunday 76 to 79. Monday, sunshine and patchy clouds, high 81 to 83. Tuesday, some sun, high 82 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian Nichols.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Howdy, folks. RL here to tell you about Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen Silver Springs has been serving yummy foods and ice cream made fresh to order for 46 years. Their gift cards are perfect for those you love for any occasion. Our ice cream cakes are awesome. And as far as grilled foods, DQ does it right. From grilled chicken to our famous foot-long chili dogs. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, this is Will.
And this is Wendy of Dex Imaging in Gainesville and Ocala. You know, we live and work in this community just like you, and we wanted to personally invite you to call us with any questions or concerns about your copiers or printers.
Like, how can I save money on my toner? That stuff's expensive.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution? Maybe you just want to ask some questions, but don't want to be bombarded by aggressive salespeople.
Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer your questions and show you how you can save money with our award-winning copiers and printers and our amazing service team.
Who, in case you didn't know, will be there in 4 hours or less to service your machine guaranteed, and we have a 97% first-time fix rate. Check us out at deximaging.com or give us a call.
In Ocala, dial 352-433-4090. That's 433-4090.
That's some good Friday pumpkin music right there, folks. Yeah. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody out there. If you're just waking up, hopefully there's not too much debris in the yard and everything's okay. No fallen trees, no down power lines or anything like that in your area. As last night's storm come ripping through, as now it looks like via radar, like it's passing through the last little bit of the peninsula through Miami right now, but doesn't look to be as intense as it was when it came through for us in the majority listening area. The rain was needed. The rain was needed. I don't think all the wind was necessarily needed. I don't think so, but nonetheless, we got it, and we still have a little bit of windiness out there. The temperature is dropping. When I woke up this morning, it was around 62. Now it's down to 57, and with that wind starting to chill things out, there would even be some of what I would call a wind chill type factor. Right now it's 12 knots wind, still gusty up to, I guess that would be about 15 knots, gusting to about 24 miles an hour as of right now. So a little chilly out there, as it's going to get just a little bit chillier, and we're only looking for what we could see for a high today of somewhere in the vicinity of about the mid-60s, maybe get up to the mid-60 today. And then for tonight, clear. Low 35 degrees, in some areas 35. That's chilly. That is, Saturday looks gorgeous for the cattle drive and cowboy roundup. That'll be going on downtown Ocala. Beautiful sunshine that day, high of 68. That is just a perfect day on Saturday. Tonight is the first Friday art walk that is held downtown in the square. They've got over 40 art vendors. They're going to have live music. They're going to have all kinds of good stuff going on there. Even the shopping for some of the local businesses down there will be open a little bit later. As it will be a little bit chilly, but we should be dry. Although it will be recommended to wear some long pants and a jacket. Maybe a heavy jacket, 35 degrees, yowza. Maybe even a knit cap. Maybe even earmuffs. I don't know, 35's chilly. Nonetheless, thank you everybody who's listening. You're listening to AM Ocala Live. It's your host Adam here on Friday, finishing out the work week for you, the first full week of February as we make our way into the weekend. which I myself am really looking forward to. And a lot going on in Ocala. As we mentioned, there was the two things that are coming up big for this weekend that we've been announcing for a little bit now, which was the Cattle Drive and Cowboy Roundup, which is Saturday, February 8th. The City of Ocala Recreational Parks Department will host this for tomorrow, the Cattle Drive and Cowboy Roundup. And it starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So 10 a.m. tomorrow to 2 p.m. at the Tuscaloosa Park. The Cattle Drive will kick off the event downtown. The Cattle Drive itself will begin at 9 a.m., so it'll take them about an hour to get the cattle towards and to and into Tuscaloosa Park to get the event started at 10 a.m. The Cattle Drive will kick off the event. It'll begin near Jesse's Computer and Repair, located at 300 Southeast 8th Street. The cattle will come down Southeast 1st Avenue, cross Silver Springs Boulevard, and then turn towards Tuscaloosa Park along Wauchula Avenue. So for everybody who's interested in that, I just think it's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous day for it. The cattle even will be smiling, I bet. The event will feature live entertainment by regional bluegrass band Brett Bass and the Melted Plectrum, cowboy demonstrations, authentic gunfighting reenactments from the six-gun territory gunfighters, can-can dancing from the Palace Saloon Review, pony rides, mechanical bull rides, farm animal petting zoo, kids corral with family-friendly games, antique tractors, awesome, I like tractors, trailers, and more. Food vendors include Big Lee's Barbecue, Chick-fil-A, as well as kettle corn, cotton candy, and funnel cakes. Additional food and drink, including adult beverages, will also be available for event purchase. The other big thing with this year's event will be the first ever Marion Rotary Duck Derby. They'll be holding a duck derby that will allow the ability to race 5,000 rubber duckies on the Lake of Tuscaloosa. 1 p.m. The fundraiser activity will benefit the Discovery Center, a family science center providing interactive educational experience. Duck adoptions are $5 for one duck. You can increase your chances for winning the duck race by purchasing 6 ducks for $25 or a whole flock for $24. With the race itself, you'd want to up your chances because they're offering cash prize awards for first, second, and third places for the ducks crossing the finish line. Ducks are available for adoption right now at duckrace.com/Ocala and will also be available on site at the event from 10 a.m. to 12:45 as the event will take place at 1 p.m. Remember, folks, for the Cattle Drive and Cowboy Roundup, general admission is free. So the more the merrier. Get on out there and support your local community with events and just see something very, very unique to the area, which is a cattle drive to the park where you can have your kids or even yourself live out those kid cowboy fantasies of being able to herd some cattle, see what it's like to sling a gun, and do it all with the opportunity to purchase alcoholic beverages. That looks like a fun time. That's good stuff. Also going on for this Saturday for the kids out there, Kids X Club, you're invited to a Bestie Bash. All kiddos and their besties are invited to the Bestie Bash, which will be held here noon to 2 tomorrow in front of Macy's here at the Paddock Mall. Super cool Kid X event. Enjoy crafts, games, a balloon artist, and more. It's the Bestie Bash that'll be here Saturday at the Paddock Mall. So that's something there. We're coming up to the bottom of the hour now as we still got some cloudiness as the wind is trying to move some of this weather out, the weather that we had from last night. And like I said, hope everybody is okay with not having too much damage in their yard or not still without power and all that good stuff. But when we come back, we're going to touch base on a few things. We're going to have the phone lines open to have you give us a call, 622-9622. Get this Friday rolling. Let's get ourselves finished with Friday to the end of the week and to the weekend. You're listening to, of course you are, you're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM The Source, and we'll be back after this.
medical facilities in Tokyo and other prefectures.
That brings the total number of cases aboard the Diamond Princess to 61. Thousands of passengers are under a 2-week quarantine. 2 more planes carrying Americans are on their way to the U.S. from Wuhan, China. The number of deaths from the virus is now 636. The White House has announced that the al-Qaeda leader Qasem al-Rimi was killed in Yemen. President Trump directed a counter-terrorism operation in Yemen that resulted in his death. There was no information about when the operation was conducted or how it was carried out. This is USA Radio News.
Hi everyone, Wayne Alarouche. Listen carefully to another great offer on one of the most sought-after assets on earth. The world of political turmoil just gets crazier and crazier. Impeachment hearings, China trade wars, Fed money pumping, which are creating bubbles that could burst any day now. With one exception, gold and silver, which are currently undervalued and have excellent growth potential in 2020. So here's another irresistible offer to help you cash in on asset protection while you still can. My sponsor, Swiss America, is willing to ship my listeners another popular silver coin, the U.S. peace dollar, for just $16.50 each, delivered while supplies last. You heard me right. This is an exclusive offer to my listeners by calling 800-289-2646. Write it down, 800-289-2646. Get your supply of silver U.S. peace dollars for just $16.50 each, delivered, 800-289-2646, or go to SwissAmerica.com.
Also, there's other things you probably would rather be doing. Well, cut to the chase with Capterra, the website millions of people use monthly to find software for their team or business. Now, Capterra simplifies your software search in just a few steps. First, use their free resources and guides to pinpoint the problem and identify the software features you need. Then you can filter options to find the right software for your industry. Compare them side by side and save your favorites to a short list. With free in-depth software guides and tools, plus over 1 million reviews from real users, Capterra gives you access to everything you need to know before you buy. So spend less time trying to find software and more time doing what you do best. Visit Capterra.com/Bubba for free today. You'll find software tools you need for your business. Capterra.com/Bubba. Capterra.com/Bubba. Capterra, C-A-P-T-E-R-R-A, C-A-P-T-E-R-R-A.com/Bubba. Capterra, software selection simplified. Also visit rickandbubba.com for a link.
Message and data rates may apply.
Help! Seriously, I am too young for hair loss.
My hairline keeps creeping back. Receding?
I got this bald spot. It's thinning everywhere. I'm gonna have to give up and shave it.
Dude, put down the razor, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, is about to give you your real hair back permanently. Don't ignore the signs of hair loss. Bosley is giving away an absolutely free information kit that reveals all the signs, and a free gift card to anyone who texts KIT55 to 85850. Bosley will show you for free how great your hair could look. Using the latest technology, Bosley's solution to hair loss is permanent and protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Plus, since Bosley has new non-surgical options, you owe it to yourself to text now for an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off, no matter what level of hair loss you have. Text KIT55 to 85850. That's KIT55 to 85850.
Hey, folks, it's Rick here to talk to you today about Compassion International and what they're doing to help kids all over the world. Now, if our child was sick, would we ever say to them, we'll go to the doctor next month? If your child was hungry, would you ever say, we'll get something to eat maybe in a week? None of us would make our child wait for something that important. We'd move heaven and earth to care for our kids. Now, right now, there are thousands of kids in West Africa whose parents can't meet their needs because of extreme poverty. These children are sick, they're malnourished, and they can't even go to school. Their only hope is for someone like you and me to sponsor them. And for a little bit more than $1 a day, you can end that wait. Bubba and I are both excited to work with the Compassion International to find sponsors for these special kids. We hope you'll consider becoming a hero in the life of one of these kids. Now, if you'd like to help make a difference, learn more, and sponsor a child today, it's really simple. Go to compassion.com/Bubba. That's compassion.com/Bubba. If you'd prefer to talk to someone, call 855-293-2323.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Denellen Farm Days Antique Tractor and Equipment Show is February 8th and the 9th, just 6 miles west of Denellen on County Road 40. It's fun for the entire family. Entry is just $5 each, or $15 for a carload up to 6 people. Children 12 and under are free. There'll be craft and food vendors, demonstrations, children's activities. Again, that's February 8th and 9th for the Denellen Farm Days. For more information, call 352-472-2703. A Tin Roof Shack production.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media.
Listen every Friday at 10:30 a.m. on WOCA, The Source.
Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation provides critical living expenses for cancer patients undergoing treatment. You can support the foundation by attending Farm to Table 2020 on February 8th at Castlegate Farm in Ocala. For more information and to make reservations, visit fcsf.org/events. That's fcsf.org/events.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like to participate in stock market gains, but never stock market losses? Join Josh Simpson for the Retirement and Income Radio Show every Sunday at 8:35 a.m. You can also call Josh now for your free customized retirement and income kit book and 115-page retirement and income book at 844-450-SAFE-7233. That's 844-450-SAFE-7233. Come to the 7th Annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contests, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
After a cloudy start, sunshine returns today, high 67 to 72. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, low 43. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunshine and pleasant, high tomorrow 69 to 73, high Sunday 76 to 79. Monday, sunshine and patchy clouds, high 81 to 83. Tuesday, some sun, high 82 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian Nichols.
Yeah, good morning. We're back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source. And we took a little break there, and as we did, we got a little bit more to talk about now that we're back, about some stuff that was going on for the weekend. We mentioned the cattle drive and cowboy roundup that will be going on tomorrow. Starting the cattle drive at 9 a.m. and then the event at the Tuscaloosa Park starting at 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning, which will go till 2. One of the other things that's going on here for Ocala is tonight, even though it's going to be a chilly night, we've got the First Friday Art Walk that will return, and it starts tonight, February 7th. The Friday Art Walk returns to downtown Ocala Friday, February 7th, which will be tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. Will include special performances and activities. Music, there'll be live music, 6 to 9 p.m. from the Muds on the main event stage. 7 and 8 p.m. dance performances during the intermission by Dance by Sheila. 6 to 9 p.m. There's going to be all kinds of good stuff going on with the Discovery Center, Apple Museum of Art, Ocala Chippers, Brick City Bicycles, Ocala Art Group, the Ocala Calligraphy, Alchemy Tattoo and Fine Art. Also, Marion County Public Library will provide free hands-on art activities and demonstrations for all ages. The First Friday Art Walk occurs 6 to 9 p.m. on the first Friday of each month. So we have that to look forward to also for next month there in March. Located within Ocala's historic downtown, events, festivities include over 40 artist displays, live entertainment, free family art activities, art organization galleries, and extended shopping hours. Free bicycle parking at the downtown square provided by the sponsor Brick City Bicycles. If there's any other questions or more information you'd like to know, 629-8447, or you can visit Artwalk at ocalaflorida.org or ocalaflorida.org/artwalk. That's going to be fun. That's pretty good. With the weather being dry, that's important. The wind will die down by tonight, and then also it will be a little bit chilly, but that'll make it fun. Get yourself a hot toddy, and walk around and see the art. Also, some other stuff we've got going on is the Dunellen Farm Days, which you've been hearing the advertisements for. The Dunellen Farm Days here 2020. Dunellen Farm Days Antique Tracker and Equipment Show. Hours will be Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. $5 per person, $15 a carload, up to 6 people, children. 12 and under are free. Flywheels, hit-and-miss engines, water pumps, flowing tractors, antique cars, farm equipment, and 2 daily parades. A lot going on there. Early check-in and extended stay is available. They have camping reservations. For camping reservations, you can call 352-472-2703. 472-2703. They got a bathhouse on site. Event will be held at the on the river at the beautiful Withlacoochee Bluegrass Park, 6 miles west on Dunellen County Road 40. Excellent. For more information, you can see their website at tinroofshack.com. Registration details, again, you can call 472-2703. Now, if you stay tuned to AM Ocala Live, in the 10 o'clock hour, or in the 9 o'clock and the 10 o'clock hour, we'll be giving away 2 pairs of tickets for Dunellen Farm Days. That'll be coming up later in the show, where you can call in on the main line for your chance to win tickets to the Dunellen Farm Days. $5 per person, up to $15 a carload. We'll be giving away 2 pairs of tickets, 4 tickets altogether, I believe. Looks good. And actually, we'll be giving away 4 pairs of tickets, it looks like. But that's at 9 o'clock hour, and the 10 o'clock hour before we finish out our day here at AM Ocala Live. Got a chance to win tickets to Dunellen Farm Days. So there's a lot going on. We mentioned the cattle drive. We mentioned the art walk tonight, Dunellen Farm Days for the weekend. Oh, baby. And that's not all. Also, too, we have, with our friends at the Ocala Civic Theater, January 30th through February 23rd. They've been putting on Always, live on stage, Always Patsy Cline, written and originally directed by Ted Swindley, based on a true story. Been getting great reviews on this. The sentimental song-packed tribute musical was a love letter to the legendary country music star Patsy Cline, played by Melody Murphy, and her friendship with Louise Seeger, played by Laura Bradford, one of her greatest fans, based on a true story that shows and explores the unlikely bond between two women who only met once, but yet became such close friends. Wisecracking Louise tells the tale of how she became first a fan, then a friend of the iconic singer. In May 1961, Patsy appeared in a concert at the Houston's Esquire Ballroom. When he arrived at the venue, she met the enthusiastic fan Louise, who was an early arrival in her eagerness to get good seats, and the two women struck up a friendly conversation and discovered a kindred spirit that lasted a long time. And with this heartfelt and humorous, the show features more than 24 of Patsy Cline's greatest hits, including Crazy, Sweet Dreams, Walking After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, Faded Love, and She's Got You. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the magic of her music, you'll be crazy for Always Patsy Cline. Oh, that's good stuff. Expectations there, you can visit them at the OcalaCivicTheater.com for more information, or you can call to purchase tickets as well, 236-2274. Oh, excellent. So that's Always Patsy Cline at the Ocala Civic Theater. We mentioned the Bestie Bash right here at our own Paddock Mall, noon to 2 tomorrow. Arts and crafts and super cool Kid X event with balloon artists and more, games and all that kind of such right here in front of the Macy's in the center court here at the Paddock Mall. As we move in after this weekend, a lot going on for the expectations of moving through February with the idea of Valentine's Day. Something you might want to get reservations for and look into is the dinner theater production of Love Letters. The Ocala Civic Theater, as we mentioned before, with Always Patsy Cline, is February 21st to the 22nd doing a dinner theater production of Love Letters. The Love Letters here with Ocala Civic Theater will present a dinner theater production of A.R. Gunry's Love Letters, starring Fred Mullen and Janet Shelley, for 2 performances only, Friday, February 21st at 7, and Saturday, February 22nd at 3:30 p.m. Love Letters will be held at the Ocala Elks Lodge, 702 Northeast 25th Avenue, featuring an Italian buffet with all kinds of great Italian food. A cash bar will be available. Tickets are on sale now, $36 per person, which is tax and gratuity included. For those reservations, get a call ahead now, which is why we're mentioning it on air. Reservations, you can call the Ocala Civic Theater box office at 352-236-2274. You can purchase the tickets online at OcalaCivicTheater.com. The performance is a fundraising project of Act 4. Profits from the show are designated for use by the Ocala Civic Theater, including scholarships for youth after school and summer classes and college scholarships for students majoring in the arts. So support local art. There you go. So a lot going on. Yeah, buddy. As we make our way to the end of the week here, with today being Friday, I'm gonna have the phone lines open all day to have everybody give us a call if you'd like. 622-9622 is something you'd like to talk about. Mentioning of the weather, how that came through last night. If you want to call in and talk about what the weather was like in your neck of the woods here around the county, give us a call. 622-9622. What else did I have here? All right. That Friday Art Walk, that's going to be a good time. And that's going to be every Friday. That returns first Friday of every month, as we'll be looking forward to that in March. And then probably from that point on, we'll have a little bit more warm weather to go a little bit longer ways with that overall. One of the things, now that we, there we go. Good morning. Yeah, we got a caller. Good morning, you're on the air, WOCA. Good morning.
Good morning, Adam.
Hey, partner, how's it going?
Pretty good. Made it through the storm okay last night. A little bit of lightning and thunder, but almost an inch of rain, which was very well needed. And that was first thing I did in the morning is I went outside and looked at my 2 rain gauges, and they all had the same amount. Sometimes they don't, but it was almost an inch of rain, so it was a wonderful event.
Okay, so good. So you got some rain, not just wind. All right, about an inch. That's pretty good. You didn't have any.
Yeah, that's.
You didn't have any flooding or anything, did you?
No, I don't think the storm was quite as bad as they kind of thought it could have been. But I opened up my bedroom window when I went to bed last night around 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish, and heard the storm. I think the storm came through around 11:30, was it? I'm not quite sure, but it wasn't all that bad. I've been through worse storms than that one, but it was lovely to hear the rain falling down, hitting the pool. So that was good.
It was lovely to hear the rain, but boy, I got to tell you, all the wind and everything leading up to it was kind of a nuisance. Yeah. Just to the idea that like as I was checking the radar, I took a shower. I come out of the shower and I was like, all right, it's got to be coming through now at any minute. And it's as if it just kind of stalled itself for a moment. And then when it finally came through, it was still a lot of wind, but I don't think we got the severity of it like they were anticipating. It's almost as if it kind of lightly dissipated the intensity of it before it actually came through Ocala. It was kind of goofy. I was expecting it to come through really, really, really quick, but it slowed up, and then it finally came through, and it's like, all right, is it ever going to finish? But we needed the rain, which was a good thing, and this time of year, little thunder and lightning is still a good thing to allow some more nitrogen in the soil and all that good stuff. But I'm glad
Yeah, normally speaking, when I get up around 6 o'clock-ish, I'll put the TV on real quick and always hit the weather channel just to see what's going on. And it didn't look like anybody got anything damaging-wise throughout the state, although I guess the rain is still way down towards Miami yet, but moving out. But the weather channel, the projected forecast is that we're going to have some more of these systems next week, at least 2 of them, fronts coming through, one on Tuesday and I think another one on Friday. They said so. We're going to have kind of a similar situation where there'd be a chance for maybe some severe weather, but more likely a chance for some more rain. So we're in that kind of a pattern right now where these fronts are going to be coming through on a regular basis. Hopefully,
Right, and that's what I kind of like when it does start to get a little bit more normalized for the winter, where we have just about every 6 days we can expect some kind of front to come on through. And I think with the majority of the build up through yesterday with all the wind and everything, and the way a big huge dip in the jet stream and the way it pulled moisture in from the Gulf, I think that was almost like what was necessary to kind of get it on that momentum of more consistency for the pattern of about every week getting an idea of a low pressure cold front to come on through, which makes things a little bit more predictable. And then you've got good weather for a string amount of days, and then that the weather starts to deteriorate, and then you can actually kind of more almost better plan for it. Yeah. Right. But
I would imagine, you being a pilot in aviation, that it's important to have some knowledge of meteorology, because that's such an important part of flying.
Oh yeah. We make a joke when we become a private pilot. At least you become a C- meteorologist, a C- physics, C- mechanic, all that good stuff. Speaking of the airport, we had some strong winds just yesterday in the afternoon. No one was flying. Everything was pretty much grounded. And we had all the airplanes face the east with how they're parked and tied down on the ramp. And with that southwest wind, it was a crosswind, so a lot of them was hitting broadside of the tails of the airplanes. And I want to say about 4 times we needed to retie them because of the way that the wind was hitting them. And there was a reported gust, peak gusts around, I think it was about 2-3 o'clock, that were reaching 40 knots. 40 knots, which is close to maybe around 45 to 47 miles per hour. Or maybe a little bit less. I think it's more like 44 to 45 miles per hour. And that's strong. And then it lightened up, but it was still gusting 27. So, there was nobody flying. Except I noticed one school had somebody come in. They were transient. I think they come in from the south somewhere. I want to say maybe Vero Beach or something like that. They were in a Piper Warrior, and we were coming back. Dan and I, my producer here at the station, him and I were riding back in the golf cart, and we had a little tailwind, and it felt like maybe it was calming down a little bit, but it wasn't necessarily that. It was because our backs were to the wind, and we noticed an airplane actually cranked up, and about 15 minutes later they took off, and a Piper Warrior, I guess, to head to Kissimmee. They had filed a flight plan. It wasn't our school, but we watched them take off, and I'm just thinking, why? But they were getting rocked, and I only wished them the best when they were going to get back on the ground. But no, nonetheless, we had everything grounded yesterday. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably common practice to when you do come in, whether or not there's weather warnings out there, you fasten your plane down just in case, right?
Yep. We tie them down. We've got control locks that go in for the controls. That way, the yoke itself doesn't try to move. We also have, you got each wing can be tied down on the Cessnas, and then the tail. So there's 3 points. And then we also chalk it. We put big rubber blocks right there by the tires. But doesn't mean that they won't move. Doesn't mean they won't move. And I'm curious, with being here in the morning, I didn't get a chance to see what maybe the wind had done when the storm had actually come through, and none of us were out there, late last night, just if it had turned any airplanes or snapped any ropes. I don't know.
Yeah. With the new terminal that's being built and almost finished, did they add any hangar space?
They're gonna, as a matter of fact, where the old operation was for Sheltair, they're building another hangar there. And funny you mentioned that. I actually got a little look into the new terminal FBO building last night. Actually, we took a walk over and saw the airplane that the school and maintenance donated to be hung up there with a 15-degree bank angle, the 1947 Navion. The building looks good. The building looks real good. It's going to be a nice fit. The decor itself just fits what our town is with Ocala, with the horses. It's got a futuristic look with a aesthetically pleasing, stable type atmosphere. It's nice. Should be good.
Yeah, it must be pretty spacey inside to be able to have enough room to hang an airplane.
Oh yeah. There's quite a bit of room right there in the foyer, right in the beginning. It's a big building, which is good. It's going to accommodate well. The one thing I'm looking forward to, which probably will be a long time from now, is they'll be putting a restaurant in there at some point. So we'll have a restaurant right there back at the airport. We'll be able to
I hope they have an open house down the line here after it opens up, because I like to go in there and take a look.
Yeah, you're not the only one. A lot of people are. A lot of people are anxious to want to see it, and I believe they are. I think they're trying to get moved in. I think they had a projection for a grand opening, but I think they're still in the wheelhouse of maybe the end of the month, but not 100% on that, so I don't want to say anything to them to put pressure on them, but they will, and I know there's a lot of people in the community that are definitely looking forward to that, and they should, because it's a nice addition. Everything we've talked about the last 2 weeks that's going on in Ocala, for it to be growing and to see it actually get some changes for the better, this is one of them. Not for the airline stuff or whatever, but just to have your local city airport have an adaptation that's going to work well for the community, to bring in some people from other places to enjoy our fine town.
Right. Well, like you were saying earlier, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on this week in Ocala, and it looks like the bad weather is gone for now, and we should have a beautiful weekend for everything.
We should. Well, thank you for the call, partner. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay, talk to you later. Bye.
You got it. All right. Appreciate the call, partner. We're coming to the top of the hour. After the top of the hour, we'll be giving a call to Galen. Life South Community Blood Centers. We'll be talking to him with our segment there. You're listening to WOCA Ocala.
USA Radio News with Wendy King.
2 more planes carrying Americans from China are arriving back in the United States. They'll stop at Travis Air Force Base in California.
Was the founder and leader of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. The State Department had a $10 million bounty on his head.
Fox's Aisha Hosni. Health officials are in Bayonne, New Jersey, where some Chinese nationals are on board a cruise ship which docked this morning. There are no signs anyone is sick.
The CDC has not determined where.
If anyone is found ill, they're going to be immediately transported to a local hospital for isolation with conditions that will help prevent spread.
There are now 61 cases of the virus aboard a cruise ship off Japan. The death toll from the virus is now 636. President Trump's lawyers want to put the brakes on a lawsuit filed by an advice columnist who's accused him of raping her in the 1990s and is now seeking DNA as possible evidence. They argued that E. Jean Carroll's defamation suit is extensive and burdensome. This is USA Radio News.
Extendivite really works. Just listen to what Dr. Joe has to say.
As you know, I'm one of the doctors that Don talks about, because 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. It runs in my family on my mother's side. You know, I come from an athletic background. You know, I did a lot of running throughout my life, and I did triathlons. When I was trying to run some years back, I was getting short of breath, which is a little bit of a congestive heart failure. The Extendivite, that shortness of breath and that coughing started going away, and I was able to run longer and longer distances. And it took a while, though. So now I'm able to do, 3.5 miles with my dog. And no problem. I don't stop. Not anymore. So I'm just saying you need to stick with the program. And you got to change some lifestyle things, too.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Democratic National Committee Chair Tom Perez's frustration with the Iowa caucus process was clear during an appearance on MSNBC. He said even the Iowa State Party chairman agrees a recanvass may have to occur.
The party chair has acknowledged that. He's apologized for that, and we've worked together over the last few days to fix the challenges. And I'm very relieved that we now have 90% or 100% reported.
Pete Buttigieg and Bernie Sanders both have 10 national delegates. 7 Democrats will be debating tonight in New Hampshire ahead of their Tuesday primary. A powerful storm has ripped through the southeast, killing at least 4 people.
Our whole patio's gone. I started crying. I thought, oh my God, we are so blessed that it didn't destroy the house.
That lucky lady in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Almost 150,000 homes and businesses have no power. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Friends and family, did you have a great night's sleep last night? I did. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I work better than I ever have. And you know what? You can have that health. You can have that good night's sleep if you order a MyPillow. Try it. Mike Lindell guarantees it. He's got a 60-day money-back guarantee on the MyPillow and a 10-year warranty. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175.
More backlash over the president's State of the Union address on Tuesday. USA Radio's Tim Berg has more.
During her weekly press conference, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is continuing to blast President Trump over his State of the Union address.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Come to the 7th Annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contests, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
After a cloudy start, sunshine returns today, high 67 to 72. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, low 43. tomorrow and Sunday. Sunshine and pleasant. High tomorrow 69 to 73. High Sunday 76 to 79. Monday, sunshine and patchy clouds. High 81 to 83. Tuesday, some sun. High 82 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian Nichols.
And good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. And on the phone here after the top of the hour, of course, we have Galen. Galen, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Adam. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We were just talking off air that I didn't really sleep that much last night, considering all the wind and noise and what little rain I really got. It was... It just seemed to last and last and last for a few hours, but then when I did get some sleep, it was time to wake up.
Yeah, I guess it finished going through right around 11 at my house, and then it just got dead calm. But I didn't think it was going to be anything like that. That was like almost a hurricane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was. I was like, wow, okay, yeah.
I ended up taking a shower. I got out of the shower. I laid down. It was a little bit before the storm, or the frontal bound itself was making its way through, and then I heard my son in the other room, and he was like whimpering, and I'm like, oh, he's not been feeling. He's got a little cough. I'm thinking, oh, he's not feeling good. Well, I go into his room. Holy cow! I thought it was a little bit loud outside our window. Oh my God, this poor kid! This stuff is howling, and he has no idea what it is. He's 2, so he's like, "What is this noise? Like I've never heard this much noise." So I laid down on the floor next to him while he was in his crib there, and I just kind of put my hand through, and I said, "All right, bud, it's all right." And I'm thinking it'll blow through here, in the next, 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Nope.
Heck, no. Yeah. Oh, it was actually more annoying than it was anything else.
Yeah, well, I was using the My Radar app just to look at the wind, how the wind was coming around, because I'm like, I thought this was all coming from the west, because I started getting winds from the north and the south, and I was like, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I walked around the yard this morning looking at looking for damage. I'm like, well, nothing fell in the car. That's good.
That's good.
So, that's about it. I mean, it was brutal.
Yeah, and I wonder. I saw Dan messaged me that some people lost power up to like 6 hours.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, and we didn't, thankfully. But I really thought we were. I thought we were gonna, with the way the wind was blowing. Like you said, it almost felt hurricane force, at least Category 1 or something, or tropical storm.
I don't know what the I don't know what the highest was. What the highest recorded wind was, but it had to be over 50.
Yeah.
Maybe even 70. I mean, it was howling.
Yeah. And during the day out at the airport, this was like around 3 p.m. because we know it was windy yesterday for everybody. But out there, they reached a peak gust within, I think, the 2 o'clock hour. That was up to 40 knots, which is ridiculous. So, yeah.
It was harder than that yesterday, last night. I think
it was too. And now, because if that was the day and then the storm actually coming through, I completely agree with you that it had to be somewhere in the 50 to 70 mile an hour at some point. Had to be, at least somewhere got that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And with that moving out, now you can see it's starting to clear out some now, and it's going to get chilly tonight, partner. It's going to get that cold that you don't like.
I know. Oh well.
Yeah.
It was weird. It's a weird storm, weird weather. So when that front hit, that I don't know, crazy.
I hope that it does kind of give it. I hope that was the storm that's necessary to kind of give it more of a predictable pattern, like it does every winter. Where when we get a front like that, it comes through. Then about every 7 days, for like at least for the next 6 weeks, you'll have that predictable stuff where you're like, hey, we got a few days of great weather. Then it starts to deteriorate. Then a front's coming through. The front comes through, brings us some rain, moves out again. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, that gopher, that Punxsutawney Phil that I guess he didn't see his shadow, so they were talking about early spring. I don't know what that does for us, but it is what it is with that groundhog.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Hey, something come up that I wanted to shout at you about. I think we had mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but I just saw another article on it. But for the auction block of the 1967 Ford Mustang, the Eleanor, that was from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds.
Correct.
They said here that it's fostered a reputation and yada yada, but it's actually looking to come up for auction. Or is that older? Did it already come to
That's
auction?
old. Yeah,
It's
and
old.
it auctioned at the same place as Bullet did.
Okay.
Yeah, sure did.
Did it go for a price? I guess that's what it was. I was going to ask you.
Yes,
Did you know what it went for?
It did reach the reserve. It was in the hundreds of thousands. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to Google it. But yeah, I don't remember. But I know it sold. I do know it sold.
Okay. And yeah, that's what it said there, because they come back and it was slated for January. But the way the article was reading it is as if whoever had bought it was looking to put it back out there. But see, no, that's just what it was an older article. But I wanted to ask you, did you get a chance to see that car? Were you down there? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I broadcast live from down there. I did see it, yes.
What'd you think?
That car didn't mean that much to me because it was just a Mustang and really incredibly well done, obviously. It's basically a resto mod. So here's the hard part about that. Sitting next to that was a GT40.
Yeah.
An old GT40, right? They had one that was used in the making of the Ford versus Ferrari, which if you haven't seen, you've got to watch if you're a car guy because it is just spectacular.
Is that right?
So,
yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, sitting next to that is the GT40 from Ford versus Ferrari. Then a real GT40 that was used at Le Mans. And then there was a Ferrari Daytona, Ferrari Daytona, Ferrari Daytona. And then on the other side of it was a McLaren Senna.
Yeah.
So you just kind of lose it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a hypercar. It's not a supercar. It was beautiful. The paint, I remember talking to Shane, who did the show with me. I was like, look at this paint.
Yeah.
And the paint was just fantastic. And it had this richness about it, which the Bullet didn't have. So
Right.
Again, it's the Mecum is. I love Mecum. I just think it's incredibly special.
Yeah.
So if it was like in the parking lot at Publix, you would look at that car for an hour and a half. At Mecum, you look at it for about 5 minutes. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep, that's pretty cool. Ooh, look what's next to it. Yeah.
Yeah. You get to the next one, and the next one's like if you saw a Daytona, a Ferrari Daytona in the Publix parking lot, you would wait for the guy to come in just because maybe he's nice enough to take you for a ride. You'd sit out there for 4 or 5 days. But because you're never going to see one here in Ocala. But again, it's Mecum's spectacular. Every time I tell somebody, I'm like, you've got to go. They're like, okay, whatever. And then they go, they're like, why didn't you tell me about this?
Right.
I don't know what else to say, man.
I haven't been
I don't know
yet,
what else to say.
and it's on my list because I know that just watching it, it's kind of my aunt. She's done a lot in her career with auctions, car auctions up north, and everything else. So it's just neat to have it on with her to watch it because there's those little side notes from the behind the scenes that she can give you that that they're throwing out there. But she says too, it's unlike anything else. And just alone, we've always commented about like. Not just the idea of the cars that are there, like, oh, okay, Dad used to drive around an Oldsmobile back in high school, and oh, look, they got one that's restored. But it's more than that. It's beyond that. That's what I keep hearing, man. And I saw that article. I wanted to talk about it because I've been thinking. I was like, man, he got to go to Mecum. That's pretty neat. Maybe sometime soon I'll get the opportunity to do that with the platform.
Hey, you can go whenever you want. Yeah. I would have taken, all anybody has to do is call me.
Yeah.
I went last year. I went 3 different times. This year I only went once, but yeah, I mean, just let me know.
Now,
it's spectacular.
What car did you have in high school?
I had a Honda Accord, 1978.
Is that right? Yep.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. Yep. I had a.
Got me from A to B, and it never got me stuck. And that's what I.
That's what matters.
Sometimes for a car, that's really all you need out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I feel a little privileged for it, but I drove around a 1992 Chevy Astro Mark III.
That's big living right there, man.
You know what? It was actually pretty cool because, my folks took great care of it, and we had it for years. So mind you, I was in high school and I learned to drive. That was 2001, and it's a 92. So it was an old vehicle. And it was kind of like, well, what are you guys going to do with that? And it's like, well, we just figured you can drive that when you get your license. And I can tell you, it was like cherry red, or no, it was deeper than that. It was like a black cherry, kind of almost like not maroon or anything, almost like a red metallic. Had running boards, and it had captain's chairs for the two mid seats, and of course the back seat folded down. Catch my drift.
Yeah, man, for your pleasure.
The back seat folded down. Now it was 6-cylinder, so it had some giddy up, and it was a Mark III conversion. And what's ironic about this is I moved to Ocala, and I'm driving down 75, and I always pass the abandoned building that you see off the freeway there that says Mark III.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about? And I just thought that was crazy, considering I'm like, no way, first time I drove past is that. And I researched it a little bit. Yeah, sure enough, that was where at that time, back in the early 90s, that's where those modifications were for the running boards and everything else. Had aluminum wheels. That thing was cool. Now, I eventually traded it in and got my first truck.
It's not much of a car. It's like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
It's got aluminum wheels.
It's got aluminum wheels. It's not steel caps or anything like that. It's got aluminum wheels. It was cool. It even had a little rake to it. It was great. Well, I actually traded that in, and it got my Chevy S10, my 1999 Chevy S10. And I miss that van a little bit. I actually do.
Yeah, but you went to a Chevy S10 or a C10?
S10. S10, yep. 1999 Chevy S10. Metallic
You don't
green.
miss that van. You're lying to yourself, Adam.
I think I might be. Well, I'm thinking about the memories, right? The memories of that fold-down back seat.
Yeah, I mean, like if you saw that car, you'd be like, "Wow, this is terrible."
Yeah. It was,
yeah, you wouldn't drive that now.
Let's put it this way: I would not see that. Even if I did see that at a Mecum auction, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be there, and no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't get that excited about it.
Yeah, my son and I, we did. He's got a Dodge Challenger. He's got a 2016 Dodge Challenger.
Nice.
And his options, because he's 6'6", his options were really simple. He could get an SUV, but it would have to be a full-size SUV.
Yeah.
Or a full-size truck, or like a bigger sedan. And so he liked the Challenger. And so we did our first. He wanted to customize it and put these LED lights in the front of it. And so he bought this kit off of Amazon, and so we installed that this weekend. And he's like, "This is awesome." And I was like, "Man, this is pretty cool." It's got nothing to do with the lights. It was more about it's one of those father-son projects that you do. And I don't know if he'll remember it forever. Maybe when I'm dead, he'll remember putting those lights in. But that's one of those, because when they get to a certain age, your kids too.
Yeah.
You have a lot of these, but when they get to a certain age, there's very few times when your child looks at you and he says, "Wow, Dad, thanks," unless you're giving them money. So yeah, that was cool. So and that's what cars can do.
That's right.
Is bring fathers and sons, and I guess moms, and my wife is like, "What are you doing?" She didn't understand it at all. She's like, "Why did you do that?" Like, I don't know, it looked cool. Okay, it's his money, I guess. It was one of those things.
Yeah.
So,
It looked cool. Dad helped me with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
That's cool, buddy. That's awesome. And if anything, you remember it, and that's how you remember it. So that's all. And I do. There's things I worked on with that little S10 with my dad, putting the brakes on and stuff. And I go back and look at it, and I think that was a good time. That was a cool time. And
that's what cars can do. And when you walk through Mecum, almost every car you look at can trigger a memory.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a car that you just had on your wall as a poster.
Yeah.
Like for me, the Ferrari F40 does that. Whenever I look at that, I had a poster of that.
Yep.
And it's a car that is just so spectacularly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see one in person, I had never seen one in person. I could have kind of just stood there.
Yeah.
And I went with Shane and our wives, and they're looking at it, it's like, okay, why is that car better than all the other ones? There's no explanation for that. It was just the F40, and it was on my wall. I can't explain it. It's like Vanna White.
Yeah.
Vanna White is still spectacular. She was on my wall for all those years.
Yeah, that is awesome. Like you said, it's amazing to be on your wall to say, man, that thing is incredible. And you wonder,
you just lay there and you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stare at it, and you know every inch of it. And to think that something like that actually exists and that it goes 200 miles an hour in 1988 is just spectacular. So
yeah, that's awesome, buddy. Well, a little shout out to our sponsors as this segment here with Galen from Life South Community Blood Centers. We got Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, our Palm Garden of Ocala, 352-854-6262, proudly serving our community since 1987. Whether you're needing short-term or long-term care solutions, their goal is to accelerate your pathway to recovery within a compassionate environment. That's Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. And, of course, Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. They're a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solution for your flooring needs. And you can have a visit to their shop. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them 351-3420. Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center and Penn Flooring. Galen, how is the blood supply? We've been talking about it this week. Did it get any better?
No, it's going to take a long time for us to kind of rebuild our stock.
Yeah.
Usage is just, again, skyrocketing. On the phone with a hospital administrator late last night, and I asked him, I said, what is going on? He said, well, our census are up. Our hospital census is way up, one. Two, he says, and people are having more surgeries because the economy's good, and things like that. And three, he goes, I have no idea, but I need blood, and you need to give it to me now. And I said, okay. that was pretty much it. So that was literally the conversation. I thought it was kind of funny, and he was. I don't know how much he was joking versus how serious he was.
Right.
But it's just bad right now. That's all. It's just there's not enough of it, and there's a lot of patients in our hospitals that need it.
Yeah, there was sincerity in it probably because, like you said, with it being low, he knows he need it and everything.
Yeah, well, he knows I was doing everything I could. But, yeah.
Yesterday, the Bloodmobile was at the Carlton Arms I had seen. Where's it at today?
Hey, today we're at a couple of places. So we're at the Publix on East Silver Springs right there at the 40 Shopping Center. And that's pretty cool. So, that was my Publix growing up. So
yeah,
go by, check them out, donate blood, and stop at the Ace Hardware right there next to them.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Do you...
Quit giving free plugs. By the way, I like your picture up that's on the website at WOCA.com. So if people are wondering what Adam looks like, go check it out because let's be clear, mornings may never be the same. I'm not sure what that means, but it's been different for me.
Yeah. I think that was the point. Like, it is different, which means, I guess, that they'll never be the same. Dan asked me, he put that up yesterday. He goes, is it too edgy? I'm like, where's the edge?
Too edgy. Yeah. Woo! You know, those Martones, they sure do know edge. Wow. That is really pushing the envelope there.
I
mean, it kind of, you know, I guess if you look hard enough, you would think that was a mug shot, but the way he cropped it.
Yeah, it felt like it when I was getting the picture taken. He goes, you know, Joe, he's like, stand behind the wall there. Is it? You're in front of the white one. What's that smile? That's not a smile. Here, give me a smile. Here's this one.
Yeah, and then they crop the smile out.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it looks good. Yes, so those are who are interested.
Oh, good.
And
good.
everything. I'm glad you brought that up. Everything has been a work in progress. You know, this is actually this is my third full week now, actually doing this as host, and I've really gotten into a groove with certain things that needed to be taken care of first, as far as like the little production stuff with the board and working through that and getting used to the sponsors that we have and the people that come in the studio and working that right for them. And that's where I feel like if you would have told me 3 weeks ago when I was at this thing for the first day with Joe there after Larry and Robin left, and you would have told me 3 weeks from then where I'm at now, I'd be pretty pleased. So that I'm thrilled about. And I got to say, too, Galen, this segment is something I look forward to, man, because I know good conversation goes a long way. And I know you enjoy that, too. And with everything we are working to do here at The Source with the morning show, maybe even having somebody that I can work off of within the studio for the majority of the show goes a lot longer than just trying to come up with stuff to say to a microphone when absolutely nobody's in the studio. But with having done that and then having this segment with you, it makes me look forward to it, man. So I can't thank you enough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just glad the Martones give me this platform. And, you know, I do like Dan. He's an idiot, but I do like him. So
yeah, he's a sweet guy.
Yeah,
they mean the best.
I mean, I never talk to him. I never see him. He blows me off when I invite him to things. But I guess he's still my friend. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What we need to do, we need to come up with a time through my crazy busy schedule and his and yours and stuff. We need to come up with a day where we just hit the golf links. That's what we do, whether it's good or bad.
I don't play golf anymore. I haven't played golf in over a year.
All more reason to make it happen.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, the problem is when you play with Dan, it's not enjoyable because one, he's that guy, you know, and I think everybody who plays golf has friends that play golf. They all have one buddy who has to find the golf ball.
Yes.
You know, God forbid they lose a $1.75 golf ball. The world is going to end. Yeah, Dan is that guy. Dan is definitely that guy.
Well, it's right there. It's right there in the water. I can give me a longer club. Right. I can get it. Just leave it.
Yeah, he's that
Just
guy.
Leave it.
He's that guy. Like, I bought him golf balls, and I said, look, we don't even have to go look for these. That didn't stop him. No, it's right here. I know it. And then he's the guy who'll find like 7 balls while he's looking for his one.
Yep.
And it's still not enough.
It's still not enough. I know. You nailed it. You nailed it. As if
that is Dan in a nutshell.
As if too he got 7, then he's got to at least find 4 more and the one he had, because then he can put it in an egg carton, and then he thinks, oh, I can sell those.
Yeah, but
I can sell that.
I want to be very clear. This is at least every other hole.
Yep.
You know, if you've never seen Dan hit the ball, he's strong as an ox. I mean, he truly is strong as an ox. But at the same time, he's a terrible golfer. So when he really hits one, it goes literally a country mile. So. Yeah, Sam Martone, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. Well, buddy, I appreciate it, and good luck with your boy tonight in the basketball game.
Yeah,
thank you. I know they're going to need it. Get themselves something together before they get in the playoffs, huh? How about it?
Yeah, well, all right. Well, they'll make the playoffs. I don't know how close they go, but we'll see.
Gotcha.
All right, well, get out there, get some life, donate blood.
You got it, buddy. Thanks again, man. Have a great weekend, Galen.
All right, be good, y'all. Bye.
Bye. Excellent. Well, there you go, folks. Our segment with Galen. As we come to the bottom of the hour, you're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Real quick plug, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center and Penn Flooring, our friends and sponsors there. We'll be back. after this.
And leader of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. The State Department had a $10 million bounty on his head.
Fox's Aisha Hosni. Health officials are in Bayonne, New Jersey, where some Chinese nationals are on board a cruise ship which docked this morning. There are no signs anyone is sick.
The CDC has not determined where.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual.
USA Radio News with Wendy King.
2 more planes carrying Americans from China are arriving back in the United States. They'll stop at Travis Air Force Base in California, where they will be screened for the coronavirus. Dr. Jennifer McQuiston with the CDC.
While under quarantine, each passenger will have symptom checks multiple times a day. And if anyone is found ill, they're going to be immediately transported to a local hospital for isolation with conditions that will help prevent spread.
There are now 61 cases of the virus aboard a cruise ship off Japan. The death toll from the virus is now 636. President Trump's lawyers want to put the brakes on a lawsuit filed by an advice columnist who has accused him of raping her in the 1990s and is now seeking DNA as possible evidence. They argued that E. Jean Carroll's defamation suit is extensive and burdensome. This is USA Radio News.
Patek Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
You just have to say it's a happy day. The old ticker hasn't been clicking and your kicker hasn't been kicking, but the hospital you can now leave. To rehab you can now cleave. The folks at Palm Garden you got to meet. You can tell their services cannot be beat. Working with nursing and therapy all day, you're gonna get better the Palm Garden way. Find out what the Palm Garden way means to you by taking a tour. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Denellen Farm Days Antique Tractor and Equipment Show is February 8th and the 9th, just 6 miles west of Denellen on County Road 40. It's fun for the entire family. Entry is just $5 each, or $15 for a carload up to 6 people. Children 12 and under are free. There'll be craft and food vendors, demonstrations, children's activities. Again, that's February 8th and 9th for the Denellen Farm Days. For more information, call 352-472-2703. A Tin Roof Shack production.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the Villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media.
Listen every Friday at 10:30 a.m. on WOCA, The Source.
Jean Powell, Pastor Mowing. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
Come to the 7th Annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contests, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation provides critical living expenses for cancer patients undergoing treatment. You can support the foundation by attending Farm to Table 2020 on February 8th at Castlegate Farm in Ocala. For more information and to make reservations, visit fcsf.org/events. That's fcsf.org/events.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like to participate in stock market gains, but never stock market losses? Join Josh Simpson for the Retirement and Income Radio Show every Sunday at 8:35 a.m. You can also call Josh now for your free customized retirement and income kit book and 115-page retirement and income book at 844-450-SAFE-7233. That's 844-450-SAFE-7233.
After a cloudy start, sunshine returns today, high 67 to 72. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, low 43. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunshine and pleasant, high tomorrow 69 to 73, high Sunday 76 to 79. Monday, sunshine and patch of clouds, high 81 to 83. Tuesday, some sun, high 82 to 84. The Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184. When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Justice League Estate Sales. With great customer service in a time of need, liquidating a home and vehicle is hard enough. Let the Justice League Estate Sales family-owned team help. They have highly trained appraisers available to work with you. The Justice League Estate Sales name was inspired by a boy named Justice and the Autism Awareness Organization. Please visit www.justiceleagueestatesales.com for upcoming sales. And tune in every Tuesday at 10:35 a.m. on WOCA and learn how the team can help you.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Howdy, folks. RL here to tell you about Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen Silver Springs has been serving yummy foods and ice cream made fresh to order for 46 years. Their gift cards are perfect for those you love for any occasion. Our ice cream cakes are awesome. And as far as grilled foods, DQ does it right. From grilled chicken to our famous foot-long chili dogs. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, this is Will.
And this is Wendy of Dex Imaging in Gainesville and Ocala. You know, we live and work in this community just like you, and we wanted to personally invite you to call us with any questions or concerns about your copiers or printers.
Like, how can I save money on my toner? That stuff's expensive.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution? Maybe you just want to ask some questions, but don't want to be bombarded by aggressive salespeople.
Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer your questions and show you how you can save money with our award-winning copiers and printers and our amazing service team.
Who, in case you didn't know, will be there in 4 hours or less to service your machine, guaranteed, and we have a 97% first-time fix rate. Check us out at deximaging.com or give us a call.
In Ocala, dial 352-433-4090. That's 433-4090.
Everybody wants azaleas, but not everybody has as many azaleas as Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. They're having a fantastic truckload sale with semi-dwarf, ever-blooming, vivid azaleas available for just $3.99. Check out the buy one, get one half-price deals on blooming and foliage hanging baskets. Larger size number 7 Bob Wine's heirloom camellias, also buy one, get one at half price. And check the closeouts on a special selection of trees. Some are regularly as much as $139, now selling, for get this, just $10 to $20. And guess what? With spring just a few weeks away, Bob Wine's is open new longer hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4:30. Don't miss the Camellia Show Spectacular going on right now at Bob Wine's on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic, but in the same blooming place since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA Ocala 96.3 FM 1370 AM The Source. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, there's the sun. There's the blue sky starting to break through as these winds are pushing out that cloudy, wet weather that we had through last night. A few people had said that they had lost power and stuff. Hopefully that's returning back on, of course. And then I think a few people I had talked to also said they had some debris. I hope everything was okay out there at the airport. I don't think we had any planes flipped over or anything like that, or I would have heard that by now. But nonetheless, welcome back, as we are now looking at almost 15 minutes to the top of the hour. We had with that weather that come through last night, it left us some technical difficulties here at the station with some of our computers and some of the satellite feed that we get and all kinds of good stuff. So it's been a little hectic Friday, and that's because I'm anxious for the weekend. That's why. That is why. Hey, that's right. Got to earn it. Got to keep working, and then get to the end. That's where it's at. Speaking of working, now it's time to work you guys into news bits. News bits. As we say, news bits bits of news that you can chew. Here we got a little bit to talk about within the area. One of the things I want to mention is the birthdays that pop up as we get this little prep. There's a little bit of mentioning of certain birthdays. Figure why not? This is interesting. James Spader. He was on a very popular television show just recently ended a couple years ago called The Blacklist, which was very, very interesting on NBC. James Spader is 60 years old. We mentioned yesterday that this gentleman's got a newer movie coming out as a reprised role of the movie Saw. Chris Rock is 55 years old today, as he and Samuel L. Jackson have a movie coming out that I caught just a tidbit of the trailer for it, which is kind of along the lines of the movie Saw that was in the early 2000s, but called Spiral. It's interesting, looks good. And Ashton Kutcher, 42 years old. Wow, he's 42. Wow. Well, I'm getting up there in age too, so maybe that's why. Ashton Kutcher, I was actually just watching the other day. They had a marathon stream on television cable there with the That 70s Show, where a lot of them guys got their start, Ashton Kutcher being one of them. Wasn't he married to Demi Moore? He was married to Demi Moore for a while. How about that? We were just talking about somebody else the other day. Somebody at the other job, maybe? I don't know. Oh, anyway, Ashton Kutcher's 42. The Oscars are Sunday night. It's like the Super Bowl for movies, but, without the entertainment. Nonetheless, the Oscars, that's something I always try to watch for the Academy Awards. A lot of movies are nominated. There are actually some good ones that bring along a more broader audience, and one of them that you might have heard me talking on the show, which I still have not seen yet, haven't had the time, but is one of the war movies that is up for Best Director and Best Picture. I think it's up for Best Cinematography too, is the movie 1917. Based on over 100 years ago, World War I, based on true events, which looks pretty good. Here's something. People are loving the cereal to-go cup. Cereal is the easiest meal to make. Pour into a bowl or a glass, add milk, use a spoon. But if you're the active type, people are going nuts over the Crunch Cup, a travel mug where your cereal and milk don't meet until they hit your mouth. You can eat everything from sweet Fruit Loops to crunchy granola on the go without ever slurping soggy cereal. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm actually not a cereal guru myself. I used to like it when I was a kid, but the older I got, the less milk I drank and the less cereal I ate. And if I did anything as far as like milk, I would do almond milk or something like that. Good old cow's milk just doesn't agree with me as an adult, which means I pretty much did less and less cereal. But if I had a go-to cereal, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at Joe through the window there because he's looking at me, just hears me talking. But if I had a go-to cereal, this one's a little different altogether. The go-to cereal that I always liked was Quaker Oats O's. You ever heard of those? I don't know, it was just something about them. But the problem was they would tear the roof of your mouth. I ate a bowl of cereal. My mouth went through yeah. Nonetheless, he's got work to do. Back to work. It says here, stating the obvious, taking regular vacations is good for you. Ready for this earth-shattering news? Making time for regular vacation trips, or trips in general, on the regular with family and friends is linked to a higher overall well-being. Yep, taking a time away from the daily grind is good for you. In a study, Americans who say they take regular trips have significantly higher well-being than those that do not. Now, here's the other thing about that, though. Not everybody can just take regular trips or vacations because most people that I talk to don't have vacation pay. And I feel like most jobs, most entry-level jobs and stuff don't give you a big opportunity to take very many vacations. But if you're going to take them, you're going to take them without pay. And if you live paycheck to paycheck, that makes things very, very difficult. But nonetheless, that's something I've always heard about Europeans, is the holidays that they take is good for the overall well-being. It's an experience to live, and that's what's based on all your travel shows. That's what's based on all your cooking shows, is the idea that you can get away from it and experience something outside of the regular mundane, Monday through Friday grind. So if you want a higher well-being, go on regular trips, vacation a little bit. I think that's interesting because in some instances, the idea of vacation, especially live here in Central Florida, doesn't need to be some grandiose thing. Sometimes just a little weekend getaway of including that 4-day weekend where you get off, request off on a Friday or Monday, and then you could take off 4 days but not have to go very far and stay at an attraction within the state that's only about an hour and a half away, and actually feels like you did something pretty spontaneous or like you went away for a while. But I would advise anybody to start making regular trips or vacations the norm. When I get a big boy flying job, that's what I'm going to do. A lot of pilots, that's their big prerogative and their big priority is with becoming an airline pilot, you get a lot of travel benefits. So you can fly cross-country for very, very little, which allows you to take more trips more often. It says here, now that the NFL season is over, now that they're bringing up the XFL, it says here, NFL fans eat till the pain goes away. A study looked at 475 NFL games among 30 teams that found that in cities where the home team lost a game on Sunday, the following Monday there was a 16% spike in consumption of high-fat, high-calorie processed foods. And they wonder why heart disease in Northeast Ohio is so predominant, because the Browns are so bad. That's why. That's exactly why. In Ohio in general, because the Cincinnati Bengals aren't any better. Now, for the New England Patriots, does that mean everybody's healthier because they don't eat because they win so much? Or now in Kansas City, the same thing? Interesting. I could abide by that. If you're a diehard, then what's the best thing to get over any kind of mental anguish? Soul food, which usually is high in fat and high in calorie processed foods. On television tomorrow, Saturday, in the evening there, the XFL, after a one-and-done season in 2001, which I remember that was a while ago, XFL football reboots with the Dragons versus the Defenders and the Wildcats versus the Roughnecks, which will begin 11 Eastern ABC. That's interesting. So the XFL, so football is back. Interesting. Cool. And we got a caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning again, Adam. This is Hugh calling.
Hey, Hugh. How you doing, buddy? What's up?
Pretty good. You see, you're talking about vacations and how important vacations are. When I was born and grown up in the Milwaukee area, which is a hot spot for printing, I had 30 years in the printing business up there as a plate maker. I made the plates for the printing presses, school textbooks and magazines and whatnot. But anyways, an unheard of thing that you don't hear of anymore is the job up there. After the first year, you got 3 weeks vacation. After 5 years, you got 5 weeks vacation plus a week of sick pay.
Right.
And yeah, it's just like you say. I talked to a lot of people down here that work for, the Walmarts and where else, and it's unheard of down here. So it's a shame in a way that, like you were pointing out, how important it is to have vacation with family and everything else, and time off to recuperate and get better quality of living. But it's just it's a thing of the past. It's a shame.
It is a shame. And here's another side note, because you mentioned sick days. I'll never forget this. This was a couple years ago, I think, and I think it was a Friday or Saturday. But we were at the Walmart down in I think it was Lecanto area, and there's a Subway in there, and the sub sandwich place here, we thought, all right, we're running around, we're doing some errands, let's go ahead and get ourselves a sandwich. And they had like 2 people on staff, which they don't really staff those sub shops very well. But there was a poor girl who looked like death. Now, she did everything properly. I'm not saying that she coughed all over the food or anything like that. What I'm saying is that she washed her hands, she wore gloves, but you could tell she was just miserable. She was miserable. And I just had this inkling to ask, And I said, how are you doing today? And she goes, oh, been better, just feeling really under the weather. And I said, if you don't mind me asking, I said, if you felt under the weather, what made you come in today to serve people food? And I don't mean that to be rude, because I know you did what was necessary to wash your hands and change your gloves, and you're not coughing on the food. You're doing everything you need to do to be sanitary and safe. And she said, bottom line, she goes, well, I just started. I don't have anything. It's like sick days, and I need the paycheck. So even in the food industry, it's tough for anybody who's sick to be around somewhere where we don't want sick people. But at the end of the day, we need to make a paycheck and need to make a buck. And when you live paycheck to paycheck, that makes it even more difficult. And then you think about it, any new hires don't get the opportunity right from the get-go, especially part-time, to have, because she worked 2 jobs, she told me, and this one was a part-time job, that she had to work. And not only that, what I don't like is at that level, she said, I couldn't get anybody to cover. And it's like, okay, so not only do you poorly staff, but you can't keep anybody employed. And then when you do have somebody who's willing to work hard, who just can't do it because they're physically and mentally exhausted due to sickness, they're forced to come in. And then if they were to call off, and you know as well as I do, this goes for anybody who's listening who's been in this situation before, is when they do decide to call off, whether they can get anybody to cover that or not. If you're not feeling good, you're not coming in. Most managers chastise you for it. Most managers would be like, oh, what's the deal? Why can't you, But I've worked, thankfully, a lot of jobs, and even the jobs I have now, where a lot of managers are looking on that end, being like, hey, if you don't feel good, we would rather have you 100% than try to milk your way through a day just because we know you need the money and everything. To the idea where, like, most jobs, most common jobs like that, working in, a sub shop place or a grocer, or like the big one like there you mentioned at the moment, they don't have sick days. They don't have that. That's the thing of the past. Why?
Right, yeah.
Why? Why is that so hard? Why is it just something that we almost did away with in a sense? I don't know.
Well, being involved in unions have something that this is what kind of things they push for is sick days and vacation days and good wages and stuff. But the unions they're gone. They're basically not nowhere near the strength they were years ago, and that's where you got all your benefits were for the unions fighting for the worker.
Yeah, that's true. And at the end of the day, I sit here with a microphone, but I'm no expert in it, and I'm just saying it and seeing it from an opinion-based standpoint. And I know that there's probably a lot of people within those industries that do get sick days or something like that. I don't have any numbers in front of me, so I think I was just on a soapbox there for a moment, so I apologize.
Yeah.
But I just felt bad for that girl at the time, that's all.
My father retired back in the 70s and came to Florida, and then we always came down to visit, and boy, it's nice down here. I got to get out of the winter, so I had many years to go yet before I could retire, so I took a whole month off one time just to in the St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay area, and went to several printing companies because there's printing down here, and it was looking for employment, and I had everything set up to look into work here, and I would talk to these people, and they'd ask me what I had up north there, and I told them I had 5 weeks vacation, a week of this, and what my wages were and stuff, and they just said we just can't come anywhere close to that, so you just better suffer some more winters and go back up north where you got it made,
Yeah, right. Well, I appreciate the call, partner. Thanks for listening.
Okay. Yeah, you bet. Thank you very much. Yeah, bye.
Got it. Yeah, that's the point. Like I said, I don't have any statistics in front of me. I'm just spouting. I just felt bad for that girl who's in the sub shop at the time because I know what it's like. I've been there before. Nonetheless, I got a few stories here to read before we get to the top of the hour. Just so we have got a couple minutes left here. This was interesting. This popped up. This was Ocala. A 20-year-old woman in Ocala was arrested on drug charges Sunday after she was found living in an abandoned mobile home. A Marion County Sheriff's deputy responded to an anonymous call about a woman living in an abandoned mobile unit in 5416 Southeast 30th Court. Upon arrival of the trailer, the deputies observed the gate, then pushed down and on a trail that they carved through some tall weeds and led to the front door and all this stuff. The deputy walked up to the trailer, knocked on the door, and said there was a woman who was homeless trying to gather her things so she could leave, and when asked if she had anything there that she had of value as they were asking her to leave that she wasn't supposed to have, she revealed an orange plastic container that held 2 rocks of what was later tested as positive for methamphetamine. Just incredible. She was arrested and charged with possession of the methamphetamine, of the possession and drug equipment, and then she was taken to Marion County Jail, where she was held on $3,000 worth of bond. She's scheduled to appear in court on March 3rd. I don't know why I chose to read that one right here before the top. But anyway, you're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source, WOCA, Ocala. There's Martin. We'll be back after this.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Democratic presidential hopefuls getting ready for their next face-off, New Hampshire.
Voters could see a more aggressive tone in tonight's debate, especially from former Vice President Joe Biden following his distant fourth-place finish in Iowa. Former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who were the top 2 vote-getters in Iowa, could also get feisty. 7 candidates have qualified for the debate, 1 more than in January.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, a Republican running for president, has just dropped out of the race. Former Congressman Joe Walsh of Illinois. And investors just getting a major clue on how the jobs market is doing, with the January jobs report showing 225,000 new jobs created. That is above expectations, while unemployment ticked up to 3.6%.
Estimates call for 160,000 jobs added last month, with the unemployment rate holding at that 50-year low.
Fox's Dagan McDowell. America's listening to Fox News.
Deborah's home was stolen. No, I don't mean thieves stole stuff. I mean scammers literally stole her home. The FBI calls title theft one of the fastest growing white-collar crimes. And this story is why you need Home Title Lock. Deborah says criminals found the title to our home online and filed fraudulent documents claiming they owned our home. Wait, it gets worse. Deborah goes on to say, I was evicted from my own home and $85,000 in equity gone. Nobody believes you can get your home stolen this easily. This is why you need Home Title Lock, because no insurance or bank protects your home from title theft. First things first, go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if your home's title has been tampered with. You need to protect the legal title to your home so you don't end up like Deborah. Go to HometitleLock.com now for 60 risk-free days of protection. Again, that's HometitleLock.com. HometitleLock.com.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
You just have to say it's a happy day. The old ticker hasn't been clicking and your kicker hasn't been kicking, but the hospital you can now leave. To rehab you can now cleave. The folks at Palm Garden you got to meet. You can tell their services cannot be beat. Working with nursing and therapy all day, you're gonna get better the Palm Garden way. Find out what the Palm Garden way means to you by taking a tour. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Denellen Farm Days Antique Tractor and Equipment Show is February 8th and the 9th, just 6 miles west of Denellen on County Road 40. It's fun for the entire family. Entry is just $5 each, or $15 for a carload up to 6 people. Children 12 and under are free. There'll be craft and food vendors, demonstrations, children's activities. Again, that's February 8th and 9th for the Denellen Farm Days. For more information, call 352-472-2703. A Tin Roof Shack production.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media. Listen every Friday at 10:30 a.m. on WOCA, The Source.
Gene Powell, Past Chamoy. Gene and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell, Past Chamoy, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Come to the 7th Annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contest, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation provides critical living expenses for cancer patients undergoing treatment. You can support the foundation by attending Farm to Table 2020 on February 8th at Castlegate Farm in Ocala. For more information and to make reservations, visit fcsf.org/events. That's fcsf.org/events.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online. Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like to participate in stock market gains, but never stock market losses? Join Josh Simpson for the Retirement and Income Radio Show every Sunday at 8:35 a.m. You can also call Josh now for your free customized retirement and income kit book and 115-page retirement and income book at 844-450-SAFE-7233. That's 844-450-SAFE-7233.
After a cloudy start, sunshine returns today, high 67 to 72. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, low 43. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunshine and pleasant, high tomorrow 69 to 73, high Sunday 76 to 79. Monday, sunshine and patchy clouds, high 81 to 83. Tuesday, some sun, high 82 to 84. Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian Nick.
Good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Sun's starting to come out, and with that sun coming out, it's just... I was thinking it was going to increase in temperature a little bit, but it's still a little mild.
It's about 60 on my truck when I walked in.
Yeah, they got 57 here right now. 57 degrees outside, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. And we're also streaming live on YouTube, the WOCA, The Source Radio. Morning. In the studios, Homeland Optical Technology, Martin Suter.
Yep.
Morning, partner. How's it going?
Morning, Adam. I'm good. How about you?
I'm great because it's Friday and the sun's starting to come out and the wind's gonna eventually later on this weekend die down.
I got my house is pretty solid, man. I didn't hear anything. I did see one or two flashes of light last night. I don't know, about 3 maybe.
Yeah.
But it looked like coming in here that it blew pretty good.
It was noisy, loud, and obnoxious last night. It was a hard night trying to get to sleep.
Really?
It was. It's just as if, because I got to get to bed a little bit earlier for getting here so early, and I was really looking forward to going to bed. And as I was laying there, it was just so loud and kind of obnoxious. And it woke up my boy, my son. I walk into his room because he was whimpering a little bit. I was like, was he crying? What's wrong? Oh my goodness! I go into his room. It was even worse. He's on the north side of the townhouse we live in.
Right.
Oh my goodness! And he's got a tree right against the window. If any kid, I'm saying it doesn't matter what age you were. If I had to sleep in his room, I'd be a little bit terrified.
Right.
And he's only 2.
Gotcha.
So that made things tough, and he actually had to sleep in our bed for a little bit, and then we put him back once he needed the rest too, because I could tell he's coming down with a little bit of cold.
Gotcha.
He's been coughing a little bit, and what he needed was a good night's sleep. And how are you supposed to sleep with all that noise?
I guess, man. And again, I sleep with a ceiling fan on and a fan, you know.
Yeah.
I used to use a TV and a 30-minute timer, but I just use a fan now. I got to have a little white noise, but
that's how my girl is. She likes a little noise. The hell, I don't. Give me just some mild darkness and some quiet,
and
I'll fall right asleep.
Oh, really? Yeah, I like to have a little bit of noise, man.
A lot of people I talk to like that, because it's something that drowns out everything else. Like, you know, that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's how, like, for example, Bose noise canceling headsets.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, that's actually the technology. It like sends out, doesn't it send out a higher pitch or frequency that's different?
I believe so.
That actually kind of dulls the sound altogether, which is what makes it noise canceling.
Right.
So like for people, like you said, with the fan, you got some drumming noise or white noise in the back.
Right.
It allows.
Yeah,
like
exactly. You know, because even I roll over and hear my wife not necessarily snoring but breathing hard, you know, but if I roll over the other way, I don't even hear that, you know, so, you know, we go for something like that. But anyway, the Super Bowl game was good.
Yeah. It was a good game.
There was a few, I believe, Verizon commercials about 5G.
Yeah, there was a lot more.
They were advertising, I think the people in Miami there at the Super Bowl could use 5G, I think.
Yep.
It would have been, you know, a first time for a lot of people to try it. But again, my understanding, instead of, you know, talking about 25 or 50 megabits, we're talking about like 2 gigahertz, you know, which...
So what's the difference they would see? What would be the...
Well, the biggest difference would be videos and you know, the speed of which it...
So no buffering.
There
so
would
these
be
people weren't experiencing any buffering.
Well, I don't know about that, but all those people there. See, that's the thing,
true.
You know, I don't...
And I guess what better way to beta test it than the concept of all those people at that one sectored area to make it...
Well, and then they also said that it was in 4K. Now, I have a 4K TV. I didn't, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the naked eye, you know, that's the thing. And, you know, you go to 8K, you know, you can't really see much difference with the naked eye.
I'm glad you brought that up, because it's funny to me that when would you say, I'd say 2007, 2008, we really hit the HD with a lot more television shows and everything else.
Right.
And yet, if you go back and look at television shows back then, they still have a really grainy, intense look to them. That's like, and then you go back just before that, and I remember, because those are still bubble TVs and tube TVs, if you will, that like 2000 to 2005, they started to come up with the flat screen, but they were still tube TVs.
Correct.
And the picture looked really good. I remember, 2003, 2004, going, wow, the picture looks great.
Yeah.
And then you get the HD, which was a nice transition. Okay, it looks real good, because a lot more news were using green screen and computer animated stuff for their backgrounds and all that stuff. I remember the Colbert Report and the Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Sure.
They were really popping and certain shows like it. And now, if I were to go back and look at footage from, say, a football game that was aired in 2003, I'm like, oh my God, how old is that?
Right.
It's incredible.
It is.
It's incredible.
And again, I think we've gotten to the point, though, to me anyway, with the naked eye the difference between the 4K and the 8K, and
Yeah.
I mean, there is a slight. Don't get me wrong. That 4K TV I have has an awesome picture.
Now, from what I did hear, and in 4K,
right?
These nature shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, what's the one that just come out? I think it's called Seven
Continents
or something like that. Just the trailers alone that I've seen on some TVs that have 4K, I'm like, holy cow.
Right.
That's nature? Who filmed that? How is that possible?
Yeah.
I think that's where that stuff shows up big time.
Well, the other thing is it has to be, broadcast, and not only broadcast, but sent to you in that content.
Right.
So,
right.
And
I guess if you narrow that down, there's only really sports.
Well,
maybe some streaming movies if you can get it that way.
I'm taking a guess now because, but I would think if they did the 4K, I believe, the cable box will handle it. That's what I'm not real sure of. If it'll even if it's coming to them, to me in 4K, I'm not sure that it gets to the actual TV in 4K. I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
Because I'm passing it through a bunch of equipment that is not 4K, and
that's true. So it will lose some of that.
So now Netflix has some 4K content.
Yeah.
The unfortunate part that I found with the Netflix is that all of their TV shows in 4 were good, right? But the movies, they letterboxed them all.
Oh.
And, I hate having a 60-inch TV and watching 40 of it.
Yeah, watching 40 of it, yeah.
And then with the Netflix in play on the Samsung I have anyway, you can't go into the menu and change picture size.
No, that's it. That's all you get.
While you're in the internet, the Netflix.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you get. So that's that is something, because like you said, you got a big old TV, but then it's shrunk a little bit.
And again, I'd say it looks a little better, but I didn't see that much of a difference to pay $14 a month to get 4K. So I dropped the Netflix because I'm already a Prime member.
Let me ask you with that Prime, are you, of all the streaming services you had, which one do you feel is probably, are you pretty satisfied with the Prime?
Yeah, I mean, again,
that's as far as the streaming service, because I know being a Prime member, you get all the other perks and benefits of the Amazon.
And that's really why I'm a member anyway. And for a lot of us that do use, the Prime for shipping, then the movies and the TV is a bonus,
And I think I read a statistic, it was last week or the week before, but they were showing the exponential growth in where Amazon is now with Prime subscribers. It's like over 107 million. I can't remember.
I believe I heard you when you were talking about it, and I think it was a lot bigger number than that.
Right. It was like in the billions or something.
Yeah, it was a big number.
Anyway,
it's even bigger than they expected. So
right, it's to the idea that's bigger than they expected. And what is it? Is it like $19.99 a month? What is it again?
I don't think it's quite that much, but I think if you do it monthly, it's $12, and annual is $100. Used to be anyway. I'm not sure.
Right. So that's when I realized, okay, because I'm like, how do you negate the idea of all these people with free shipping, but yet this stuff needs to ship?
Right.
And then I looked at these colossal numbers. I've got a good friend of mine actually flies for Amazon and delivers cargo and big. I think it's I'm trying to think what aircraft it is. It's huge.
Right.
But I'm thinking that thing is a high operating cost, and his salary is pretty nice. He's got a big boy flying job. So I'm thinking to myself, at some point, who's paying for that? But it's taken care of with the amount of subscribers they have and all that in general.
And again, I do use them, but it's not all the time.
Right. It's not every day.
Many months where I've paid a bill to them, many months where I haven't watched a show and I haven't had anything shipped. So,
you almost want to buy something so you can get it shipped just to make it worth value. But
because the TV, again, I don't watch much of it. So I was watching the Super Bowl, like I said. I guess Verizon, the thing that gets me about it is you got to read all that fine print when they're talking about that 5G, and like the commercial where they had the drone showing where there could be survivors and you know that kind of thing.
Right.
Well, if you read it, it says that it's it's all fake. It's not into play yet.
It's a possibility.
So
that could end up. Yeah, that's interesting. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. As we've talked a lot about a 5G, there was a while there when it was getting brought up about 5G early on that it had like some potential for hazards health-wise. Did you buy into any of that? They were saying
I didn't hear
that,
much about it.
Yeah, it sounded like its own conspiracy concept.
Right.
That it was something to look out for and pay attention. What I remember is even cell phones.
I was just going to say they said for a while that cell phones, like you shouldn't keep it in your pocket all the time.
Yeah, you'll vaporize your boys if you want to go ahead and eventually live on a legacy. I remember in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, she whips out the cell phone and goes, "Easy, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Over time, you could develop a tumor."
Right.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
They
were definitely saying that about the cell phones for a couple of years,
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went away. But I mean, I don't see it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's incredible. Just
there's a lot of stuff floating around in this atmosphere.
Yeah, there is. Overall, everything's a frequency in some essence. Even our consciousness,
right.
I guess you could say, our consciousness is on a 4K, 5G, Ultra HD level.
So Daytona coming up.
Yeah.
Now, I used to be a huge NASCAR fan.
What happened?
And
you're not the only one I've spoke to that says, "Man, I used to be really into it."
Yeah, well.
Now the Daytona 500, nonetheless, is even one.
I was just going to say, I'm still a huge fan of the Daytona 500,
right?
Or anything at Daytona, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because I went for about 15 years in a row.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, but
oh man.
In my case, well, I guess you would say it had to do with maybe NASCAR's attitude,
Yeah.
Again, after so many years, and we had some pretty decent seats, but we paid for them, But what happened is, when they came out with, when the Busch Series, people weren't going on Saturday, so after a couple of years of getting the seats in the Winston Tower, they said, well, if you want to stay in the Winston Tower, you got to get the Busch and the race,
So that way they could get seats filled for that, or sometimes have people.
We never went, but or we'd give them away, if somebody would go, but because going 2 or 3 days in a row to Daytona is a hassle from Ocala.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it's
and then that way too.
It's a late, it's a hassle. And all the free parking that used to be around there, you can still park free, but you got to take a bus in, and it's all great and well and good. Going in is great. Coming out, you're herded like cattle. Because everybody's got to get to the bus.
Yeah.
And we're talking hundreds of thousands of people by everybody, and for real, you're in those, cattle grates that go around, waiting for a bus.
Yeah.
Then it's the traffic out, and but there's nothing like it. As far as, it's incredible. I love it. The smell, the speed,
the sound.
Yeah, it's, it is pretty incredible. But, I went through a lot of stuff. But back to the tickets, when they came out with the truck series after a couple years, now you had to buy the bottom line is when we quit buying the tickets, you had to buy the twins, the trucks.
Oh, holy cow.
The Busch and the race.
Oh, holy cow.
To keep your good seats. And I'm like, what are you kidding me, man? It was like for 4 seats was about $1,600.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I called, I think her name was Wanda. I used to talk to her every once in a while at the racetrack. And I says, I don't think I'm going to do it this year. And she said, what do you mean? And because, I think she might have called me even. And I said, I don't think we're going to do it this year. I said, I'm going to go buy a big screen TV and watch it at home, man,
Yeah, yeah. For the price.
And
you get a nice TV.
Anyway, she was like, well, I hate to hear that. And I'm like, yeah. Now, I've gone, I like to go to the Bud Shootout, which is usually the Saturday before, the week before.
Right. Which would be...
this Saturday.
This Saturday.
I don't think they call it the shootout anymore, but I don't know. Anyway, that's a good race.
Yeah.
You know, but then as far as the rest of it, you know, I am a pretty decent Bill Elliott fan.
Yeah.
You know, and my wife is now too. But for years, you know, I was starting off. I was a Terry Labonte fan. You know, we go back.
Yeah.
Again, I went for a long time. So Terry Labonte, and then once he retired, I went with Junior.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't care for his dad as far as his driving, you know. Now, the rest of his skills were good, you know.
Yeah.
And, but obviously, with being a Terry Labonte fan, I had several issues with his dad. So,
Yeah.
like Bristol, and, you know, we could go on and on. But I also liked the way that, you know, that he handled everything Junior after his daddy, you know.
Yeah.
So, I was there that year, too, 2001.
Yeah.
And that crash was one of the milder crashes that I had seen
that's
in all the years I'd went.
Yeah.
And we actually, we knew it was going to finish yellow, so we bolted with like a lap or two to go. And we got to Sonny's here in Ocala on Highway 40 out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of by my house, and we're standing in line, and people behind us are telling us that Dale Earnhart's dead, and we're like, "No way, dude! You know, he's dead." We're like, "No way, man! We were there. There's no way."
We watched it. Yeah, and it really wasn't that. Because you're
real.
expecting for something to come away catastrophic. I remember that too. As I was watching it, like it was going to be like, for that to happen, it had to be end over end. And
Yeah.
No, it was just.
You know, and I have seen end over ends, and I was there. One of the first years I was there was the black number 2 of Rusty Wallace that went sideways and forward and really went out of there as a square box, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you know.
Yeah. Rusty was one of my favorites when I was younger.
Yeah, my daughter was a big Rusty fan. She could tell you exactly where he was all the time. And once he quit, she's not much into it anymore either. So.
Yeah.
And my son was a Tony Stewart fan, so
yeah.
My wife was Jeff Gordon, so you know we had to deal with all that stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all that stuff.
But now we're actually both Elliott fans, so that's good.
There you go. Well, we got a caller. Good morning. You're on the air. We got Martin Suter in the studio, and myself. Good morning.
Interesting subject, racing. Coming from the Milwaukee area, I was a great fan and a friend of Alan Kowicki. Of course, he unfortunately died in a plane crash.
Yep.
It was interesting. He was the only race driver that ever had a degree in engineering from the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee, and he was like his own mechanic. But he won the championship one year there, and I know, talking to him personally, he was always, because he couldn't afford to fly in that, he was always complaining about traveling across the country to get to each racetrack and how tiring it was. And someday he said, "I'm going to have an airplane." Well, he won the championship and won some money, bought himself an airplane, and a couple of months later, that was it. He was done. You know, it's a shame, but he grew up about maybe a mile from where I lived up in the Milwaukee area, and I seen him win the first race at the state fair up there, and he was quite a local hero and everything. But it was a shame. Every once in a while, somebody gets either killed on the track or traveling to the track. So it's the nature of the sport.
Yeah, more. I think it's more traveling than actually racing usually. But didn't he drive the Hooters car?
Yeah.
I think so.
Was the Hooters car? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he did the backwards.
I got his autograph and a lot of stuff that he owned and everything in a little trophy room I have in the back room there. So if he wouldn't have got killed in that plane crack up, I think he'd have won many more races and maybe a couple more championships, because he was quite the driver.
Oh yeah. Him and Davey Allison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they both died at the same time almost. Yeah. I guess Ellison was in a helicopter. If I'm remembering
his own
right.
helicopter. You know, they get their money, and you got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the call, Hugh.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Hugh.
You got it, buddy. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. It is, and like I said, I went for many years and quite a history in it, and a lot of good people. I have died, most, plane crashes, helicopter crashes, most of them are private, you don't know what really, look at the Kobe thing,
Yeah. I saw some more information on that. Somebody, was a pilot who's in that area, had put together a pretty interesting little YouTube video that he used with Google Earth and then the flight path, with the projected flight path, to kind of go over with the radio calls what really transpired with that. And if you get a chance, it kind of shines more light on exactly what had happened. It sounds like he got a little spatially disoriented and the weather was very inclement. So,
right.
But yeah, all that stuff. Hey, man, it involves risk.
It all does. I mean, look at what
even driving.
Yeah, even driving. I mean,
200 miles around the track.
And look at what Kennedy.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
He, basically, from what they think, he just got disoriented and flew right into the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, partner. Happy Friday to yourself.
Same to you.
As we come to the bottom of the hour, we had Martin Suter in here. When there's not a whole lot of technology to talk about, it's a little tough, but we find a way.
We get through it. We get through it.
And,
we haven't talked. We got several other topics still. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, excellent. We'll be back after this. WC.
All right. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Democratic presidential hopefuls getting ready for their next face-off, New Hampshire.
Voters could see a more aggressive tone in tonight's debate, especially from former Vice President Joe Biden following his distant fourth-place finish in Iowa. Former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who were the top two vote-getters in Iowa, could also get feisty. 7 candidates have qualified for the debate, one more than in January.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, a Republican running for president, has just dropped out of the race. Former Congressman Joe Walsh of Illinois. And investors just getting a major clue on how the jobs market is doing, with the January jobs report showing 225,000 new jobs created. That is above expectations, while unemployment ticked up to 3.6%.
Estimates call for 160,000 jobs added last month, with the unemployment rate holding at that 50-year low.
Fox's Dagan McDowell. America's listening to Fox News.
Deborah's home was stolen. No, I don't mean thieves stole stuff. I mean scammers literally stole her home. The FBI calls title theft one of the fastest growing white-collar crimes. And this story is why you need Home Title Lock. Deborah says criminals found the title to our home online and filed fraudulent documents claiming they owned our home. Wait, it gets worse. Deborah goes on to say, I was evicted